Every driver has their own comfort zone as to how close they should get to the vehicle in front of them when they're stopped at a traffic signal, or in any line of stationary vehicles for that matter. I want to give you a way to arrive at a minimum safe distance between you and the vehicle in front of you. And to achieve that minimum safe distance, stop behind the vehicle in front of you when you can just see the bottom of their tires on the pavement over the top of your hood. And be sure you're sitting in your normal driving position. Don't be leaning forward to look over the hood. Just sit back in your seat like you normally would. But why should you want to keep this much distance between you and the vehicle in front of you? Well, there's a lot of reasons, but here's just a few. If you're stopped too close and you were hit from behind, that might force your vehicle into the car in front of you, causing even more damage. If you're stopped a safe distance behind the car in front of you and it stalls or breaks down, then you still have enough room to maneuver around them and go on your way. Keeping a little ways behind lets you see further ahead up the road and more of what's going on in traffic around you, possibly letting you avoid some situations that might slow you down. So if you use this method to determine where you should stop, how far does this actually put you behind the car in front of you? The answer is that it can vary, and let's see why that's true. I'm stopped where I can see the bottom of the tires of the vehicle in front of me. And here's how it looks from the outside. And I'm going to measure that distance now between the two cars. And that distance turned out to be 11.5 feet, somewhere about 2/3 the length of an average vehicle. I'm going to switch the position of the cars and see if that distance is different. And that was about 8 feet 9 inches. The distance between your two stopped vehicles will vary depending on the type of vehicle you're riding in. It can depend on the height of the vehicle, the length of the hood, how you have your seat adjusted, and even how tall you are. All these things affect the angle of your vision and at what point you can see the bottom of the rear tires in front of you. But even though the actual distance can vary, this method will still give you a safe gap between any two vehicles. Let's see how these drivers do when they stop. The white pickup behind the black pickup is kind of close, but the black pickup is way behind the white pickup in front of him, so a big difference there in how close those drivers got. These two SUVs are probably a little too close to each other. The one behind should have been a little further back. That truck pulled up pretty close to that blue car about to turn. If he'd been hit with any force from behind, he definitely would have hit the vehicle in front of him. But there are some situations where you should adjust this rule a little bit. Sometimes pulling up behind a vehicle so you can just see the bottom of their tires on the pavement will be too close. And that might occur when it's a semi-trailer, a motorhome, or other large vehicle. On some of these types of vehicles, their rear axles are positioned further forward, and if you get where you can just see the bottom of those tires, you're going to be too close to the back of that vehicle. So this is where you make an adjustment. Stay a little further back so you can have a clear vision of what's going on in the traffic around you. By staying a little ways behind this trailer, I can see around the sides of it. I can tell a little bit more what's going on in the traffic around me. If I got really close, I wouldn't be able to see much but the back of the trailer. On an incline, you want to give a semi a little more room, just in case they roll back when they take off. The only time you might consider getting close to the vehicle in front of you when you're stopped is if you're in a line at a drive-through restaurant, just so the vehicle behind can get up to the speaker quicker and put in their order. But even here, it's advisable to leave a little distance. I have heard of accidents in a drive-through line where someone accidentally hit the gas instead of the brake, or where their foot slipped off the brake and they hit the vehicle in front of them. Thanks for watching, and I hope this helps somebody. Take care and drive safe.